Hey everybody, Tim here. As many of you know already, I'm from the YouTube channel Lessons on the Web if you don't know who I am. Anyways, today we are doing a song tutorial of All of Me by John Legend. Pretty popular song right now, even though it came out about 2 years ago, I'd say. Still very popular, and I think a lot of people are looking for a good tutorial on this one. So let's just not waste any time and let's get right to it. So here we are. So we have All of Me by John Legend. You can get this sheet music from musicnotes.net, I believe it is. Now you'll have to pay for it since it's like a copyright song. They're pretty hard to get for free a lot of times, but it is worth it in my opinion. Of course, you don't have to buy it if you want to follow along with the video. That works just as well. So let's just get right to it and not waste any time. So let's take a look at the beginning here. Let me make this maybe a little bit bigger for us. I think that works out pretty well. So in the beginning, we have this the first three measures on the first line, but it's actually the next measure of the next line. This is the introduction to the song. If you notice, when you hear the song, it kind of repeats this like chord pattern. And actually it does it twice. So what'll happen is if you play this along with the song, on YouTube or wherever it may be, keep in mind that these first four measures being the distance between each of these vertical lines, you're actually going to play that twice. So you're actually going to repeat those. That's how it is in the real song. So if you're wondering why the music isn't lining up to the recording, that's probably why. But let me show you how to play the introduction. So what I'm going to do for this is I'm going to show you how to play most of the notes. In some of the more complicated sections, we're just going to kind of play the melody, the part with the lyrics. We're going to play the bass line with your left hand. But anyways, I'm going to talk about this from what I call the bottom up. So I'm going to tell you the bottom note, and then I'm going to tell you to play, the next note up, and then the top note. So with the left hand, you're going to play F, and with your right hand, you're going to play F and C, all at the same time. And then actually, you're going to play this chord 2 more times with your right hand, or these 2 notes. Just like it does in the tutorial, or not the tutorial, in the actual song. And then you're going to switch to D flat with your left hand, and you're going to play F and D flat with your right hand with your thumb and pinky. I would play the D flat with your left hand with your middle finger. We call that finger 3. So you play all those at the same time. Same rhythm as before. Next, with the third measure, you're going to switch to A flat with your left hand, and you're going to hit E flat and C with your right hand. And then moving on to the first measure in the next line, since that's part of the introduction, you're going to switch to E flat with your right hand. It's the first E flat below middle C. And you're going to hit E flat and B flat with your right hand all at the same time. And like I said, that repeats again, so that those first 4 measures will be played twice during this actual song. But let's just move on to the next measure, the middle measure in that second line, where the actual melody or the lyrics actually come in. So what you're going to do in the beginning of that measure, you're going to play F with your left hand and then F and C with your right hand, just like we did in the beginning. So you're going to play that. You're going to play C again with your right hand, and now where the lyrics come in with what would, those notes are B flat, C, and then I, you're going to hit F and C at the same time. So it goes, what would I? So that whole measure is, what would I? Now, with the next measure, you're going to switch to D flat with your left hand. You're still going to play F and C with your right hand. Now, there's some lyrics above here, so when you hit do, you're going to hit the D flat down here, and the F and C up top, so do, and then with is C up with your pinky again with your right hand, so do, with, out. Out is the same thing, the C. Now there's a note in the middle here which doesn't have any lyrics, so it's do, with, out, and then F, and then your is going to be C, pinky, right hand, and then smart is going to be F and A flat at the same time. So this measure is do, without, your, smart. Now onto the next line where we have mouth. When the singer sings mouth, you're going to hit A flat with your left hand and E flat and A flat with your right hand. So you're going to hit those all at the same time for mouth. Now you have an E by its lonesome with your right hand, and now you're going to hit on draw, in the word drawing, you're going to hit B flat. Drawing. Ing is going to be with C, so B flat, C. And then me is going to be E flat and C. So the whole measure now, mouth, and then an E by itself. Drawing me. Now for the next measure, you're going to move down to E flat with your left hand. It's the first E flat below middle C. And you have E flat and C with your right hand, with your thumb and your pinky I'd play that with. So with the word in, you're going to play those at the same time. In, and on and, you're going to hit B flat, and you're going to hit C with your right hand again. So in and U, and then an E again by itself. We seem to have a lot of those. And then kicking. For kicking, you're going to have C for kick, and ing is B flat with your right hand. And then me, you're going to hit E flat and A at the same time. Me, out. And then actually the word out spans over 2 notes. It spans over this last note here. Out to the next F. So out. So this whole measure is in and you, kicking me out. Now that brings you to the next measure on this, the second, when you're singing out over that second note, it's going to switch to an F with your right hand, F with your left hand. And now you're going to have like a little rest in there, and then you've got my, for youth, you're going to hit F, got my is C, C, so that whole measure, you've got my. Now, we move on to the next line. Now, you're going to switch to D flat with your right hand, and you're going to play F and D flat with your right hand. Or did I say left hand or right hand? Anyways, D flat with your left hand, F and D flat with your right hand. So you hit for head, hit those all at the same time, and have an F by itself again. And then spinning is going to be C, A flat, and then F is kind of by itself. So you got head, spinning, and then no. On no in the beginning of the next measure, you have A flat, left hand, E flat, D flat. Sorry, I think I hit C in the beginning. But you have A flat, E flat, D flat. Play those for no. And then there's an E flat by itself again. And then you have kidding, I. For I, you have an A flat, so that whole measure. No, kidding, I. Now, for the next measure, you're going to hit E flat with your left hand, and you're going to hit E flat and B flat with your right hand. Can't, for the word can't, you hit E flat. Pin, you. Actually, U spans over 3 notes. You. In fact, I think it might even span over the next note. No. So only 3 notes there. Anyway, that last measure there, you hit those all at the same time. You have an E flat by itself, and then for pin, you, you're going to hit C, B flat. And for you, you're going to hit B flat, E flat, F. So, can't, pin, you, whatever those notes are. I know I'm not the best singer in the world, but let's go on to the last line of that measure, where you have F with your left hand, F with your right hand, for down, and then for what's going, you're going to play B flat, C, C, so you go down, what's going. And then the next measure, you have D flat left hand with F and C right hand. You play those all at the same time for the word on. And then in is B flat, that is C. So on, in, that, F by itself. And then you have, for the first part of the word beautiful, beau, you have C, T, and beautiful is B flat. Full is F and A flat. Mind is A flat again. So beautiful mind. And then mind extends over to the next measure, where you have A flat with your left hand and E flat with your right hand. You hit those at the same time. Mind. And then you have an E by itself, just like we always do. And now for the I on your, you're going to hit A flat and C with your left hand, C with your right hand. I'm on. And then on your, all you're going to do is you're going to hit the same notes again, except you're going to add an E flat to your thumb and your right hand. So let's move on to the next line. By the way, I should have mentioned in the beginning, if you notice that I'm playing like sharps and flats, that you don't see written next to each note. That's because in the beginning of the song we have a key signature. Now, if you're not sure about those, I suggest you check out my other lessons on YouTube, where I kind of go over that, but you can just follow along with the notes I tell you for now, since this is really intended to be for beginners. That's why I'm not going over the rhythm in detail. Okay, so here we go. So we're on the second page now. Maybe try to make that a little bigger for us. Yeah, that's pretty helpful. So anyway, we're on the beginning of the second page. You got E flat with your left hand for the word magical, the first part of that word mag, and then you're going to have G and E flat with your right hand. You're going to hit that all at the same time, mag. And for I, you're going to hit E flat, or D flat, sorry, with your right hand. So you got magic, and then call, you have C. So magical. I'm going to try that just a few times, make sure you got it. And then you have a G by itself, and then you have mist. For the word mystery, for miss, you have an E flat with your left hand and C with your right hand. And for tur, you have E flat with your left hand, B flat with your right hand. And then for the E, mystery, on mystery, you have E flat and A. E, and then ride is A flat. So that whole measure, you have magical, mystery, ride. Or I guess ride is over two notes. Ride. So at the beginning of that next measure, you're going to hit both Fs, and you hit both Fs again. And then for and I'm, so you've got, for the lyric and, you've got C with your right hand, got C with your right hand again, and then you're going to play F, F, and C all at the same time. I'm, so, and I'm, and then the next measure, you're going to switch to D flat. Notice there's a lot of D flats in the song. You got your right hand E flat and D flat all at the same time. So, for the word so. After that, you're going to hit an E flat with your right hand all by itself. For dizzy, you're going to hit C, A flat with your right hand. And then you have an E flat by itself. You have don't. So the whole measure is so, dizzy, don't. Now, the next line on page 2 does get a little complicated here. So we're just going to make it easier by just talking about the melody notes, or the notes, that sing the lyrics. But anyway, you got an A flat down here with your left hand. You got A flat and C up above. So you've got no. For the word no, you've got A, C with your right hand for no. And then on the second half of no, you've got D flat, no. And then the word what is still D flat. You have an E flat again by its lonesome. And then you've got, or by itself, you got hit me. The words hit me is C, A flat. Got an E flat by itself again, and then you have but. So that whole measure goes, no, what, hit me, but. And now for the next measure, you have E flat, left hand, B flat, right hand. Hit those all at the same time for I'll, sorry, I apostrophe LL, I'll. And then B, all, will be C, B flat, so you got I'll, B, all. And then for the word right, you're going to switch to B flat with your left hand and D flat with your right hand. Right. Now we're going to forget about all those notes in the middle. We're just going to play the next note for the lyric, which is my, which is A flat, here at the end of that line there. And then, so that whole measure, by the way, is right. Then you're going to wait a little while. My, where the next rhythm, or the next lyric comes in. And then heads will be E flat real quick to F. Heads. And then under, that's kind of strange how they split up the lyrics there. But anyways, for heads, you have E flat F, heads. And then on, for the part of underwater, you got on, which takes over two notes, on. And then dur is D flat again, dur, two more notes, what. That also takes up a few notes. So anyway, this whole measure, you got heads, under, what. And then the next measure, you have an A flat by itself, or an A flat and A flat with both hands. For the second half of wa, in the word water, wah, and then you have tur. So to play tur, all three notes of it, you've got E flat with your thumb in your right hand, and C flat, which is really B, with your the top of your right hand. So you've got wah or tur. The second note in tur is B flat. That's so weird to say. Tur. You got B flat, and then you have A flat. Tur, tur, and the next word is but, and then an E by itself. I'm. So this whole measure is wah, tur, but, I'm. Now you move on to the next measure. You have E flat with your right hand, and E flat with your left. Yeah, E flat with your left hand, E flat with your right hand. And then for breathing, you're gonna have B flat with your thumb with your right hand, and then G flat, first G flat above middle C, with your right, or the top of your right hand rather. So you hit those at the same time. What you're gonna do is for the word breathing, which takes over 4 notes, for breathe. The breathe and breathing takes up 3 notes. Breathe. Those 3 notes are G flat, F, E flat for breathe. And then ing for breathing, you got E flat. And then also for ing and breathing, you have B flat and F. So far you have breathing, breathing, and then fine is on F. So those little measures are a little bit complicated, but if you can play them along with the recording, which I can't do in this video or YouTube will take my video down, it will help clarify the rhythm in there. But so long as you can play along the right hand along with the lyrics, I think you'll be okay, and add in the left hand where you can. Like I said, this is meant to be for beginners. So anyway, let's get on to the next to last line, where you have B flat with your left hand, and you're going to play D, F, B flat with your right hand. So you go. That's how you'll play that. Actually, what'll happen is you'll play B flat, and you'll have D, F, and when you hit B flat, you're going to hit B flat again with your left hand. And then you have the notes C, D, F for your right hand, C, D, F, and then B flat and F for your. Your spans over the end of that measure into the next measure, so you have your. The first part of your is B flat and F, your. And then the beginning of that next measure is D flat and F. And on the left hand, you got D flat, B flat, and then where it comes in with crazy, with cray. I can't believe I just said cray, but anyway, for cray, you got C and F there. Cray, A. Cray takes up 2 notes, by the way. Cray with C and F to C and E flat. Cray. And then Z for crazy, you got E flat. And then for I'm, you've got B flat and D flat. Is B flat, D flat, and I'm is C. So that whole measure you've got, here's where it comes with crazy, crazy, or crazy, and I'm. So once again, crazy, and I'm. So that's how you'll play that. And then with the next measure, you're going to switch to A flat. This is the last measure on the next to last line right here. You got A flat, and then you have E flat, C with your right hand. And now for the next lyric, out, you're going to play C, B flat with the top of your right hand here with fingers 5 and 4, your pinky and your ring finger. So out, and then you have of. And then for my, you're going to hit E flat and A flat. My, and then mind is G and B flat. So you've got out of my mind. Sorry about that. Out of my mind. So that's how you play that, all with A flat at the bottom. So you got out of my mind. And then you go on to the last line of what we're going to do today. You've got E flat with your left hand. Your right hand is actually holding over G and B flat from before. So you play that E flat and you play C. And then here's where it comes with cuz, all. With cuz, you're going to hit C. And then for all, you're going to hit C, E flat with A flat with your left hand. So you're going to play C. So you're going to play cuz. And then on all, you're going to hit A flat with your left hand, C with your right hand. And then quickly change to E flat with your right hand. So you go all. And then you have an A flat down there. Oh, got E flat, A flat. So those two notes are just by themselves, no lyrics. And then you have of me, which is C, E flat. It actually goes up one more note. Me. Actually, me takes up two notes. So you got of me. And then you come back down to C, A flat, E flat. And then loves is C. You have A flat, E. So that whole... I'm going to do the last two measures. So you have... actually, I'm going to come in where it says cuz. Cuz, all. Then you have these two notes. Then of me. That's those notes. And then loves. And that's the end of page 2. So look forward to more, bringing it back to me. Look forward to more of these. We're going to finish out this song sooner or later. If you haven't seen my, Maroon 5 Sugar video, take a look at that. And if you haven't seen my other YouTube videos, take a look at those, especially if you're interested in actually learning how to play the piano. If you want to, learn how to learn on your own, learn like pretty much any song. Check out my YouTube video. Also check out my YouTube videos. And then also check out my website, lessonsontheweb.com, where I have an online music academy. Tons and tons and tons of lessons to help you learn piano online. So if you don't have access to a teacher, or you'd like a little extra help on top of any help you're already getting, or you've always wanted to learn music and dust off that dusty keyboard, my website is probably for you. If you have any questions, of course, tim@lessonsontheweb.com is where to send them, and I will get back to you as soon as I can. I try to get back to everybody within a reasonable time. But anyway, let me finish the video here. Look forward to All of Me Part 2 by John Legend coming up probably within the next few weeks, maybe the next few days. We'll see when I can get these out. Anyway, my name's Tim, if you didn't know that, from Lessons on the Web. Thanks as always for listening, and hopefully I will see you for the next lesson. Thank you very much.